Hey everyone, how's your night going? How was your Valentine's Day? Welcome to all the people that joined in the chat and to all the silent viewers. I hope one day you'll feel comfortable. Go good. Yes, I can talk. Comfortable enough coming in and saying hi and joining the conversation, creating the conversation maybe. Give us a topic or something to talk about. Blah. That's all. That's the theme of the night. Blah. I feel blah. Hey, sweetums. Valentine's Day's over, but it's not for you yet. I have to admit, I felt a slight tinge of loneliness today that I don't usually get. That was something new, you know. Didn't feel so great. I feel like after all the years go by, you should get used to it, and I think I have for the most part. Like I said, but I did feel a little tinge of where's my damn Valentine at? Yeah, because of the day. But it wasn't too bad. It wasn't like a thing to be like miserable over. It was a tinge of, like, oh, I wonder what it feels like to have a Valentine's Day with somebody. How did you do? I know you didn't get your Fenty, did you? I get what you're saying. Yeah. I'm glad it doesn't like bother me too much. I confess I didn't get the Fenty. Oh, what a shock. I would have been shocked if you actually got it. You did the run though, which is good. But you should have completed it with the Fenty. Did you talk yourself out of getting the Fenty, or you just didn't get it today? You know you gotta get some Fenty in your life. I was on Darling's Live and I felt like joining his membership would make me happier than a lipstick. Is his membership $25? No. What was his membership? Don't even try. Yes, it's good to support the YouTubers, of course. See, so don't even try it, sweetums. You making up all these excuses. You need to pamper yourself a little bit. And I love supporting my people. I understand that. But still, you need a little jazz in your life. Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe I'll get the Fenty that next week. I know there's going to be some sales, I'm sure. Maybe with President's Day or something. Especially on, I don't know. That's what's coming up? I have, I eat too much sweet tart candy, so like half of my mouth is all dry from the sour part of it. I was somewhere I spend fun money on Mondays, so it would be nice if President's Day had a sale. Yeah. So you spend fun money on Mondays. Oh my goodness. You have a system about spending. Uh, oh, it's a little too tart for you? Yeah. I mean, I don't mind the tartness if it didn't have the effect of like that sour um burn type thing. I guess it's just too overwhelming, too sensitive for the mouth. It's good to have something to keep you accountable. My system is I'm broke after my bills, so I'm accountable. That keeps me accountable. Hey, Diane. That's also an effective system. It's bad though because I mean it's not like I spend like I do have credit cards, and it's not like I spend them on something that does not need it. It covers a lot of like my food throughout the month, but it is also where I could get a little thing here and there, stuff. So it gives me a little bit of cushion, but really, in the end of all things, it really doesn't because you're paying that interest. But I gotta have some little tiny bit of life. To be fair, my fun money is only like 20, just so I don't feel like I'm starving myself of fun. Yeah, you could do the 25. uh, maybe if I thought I would come in for a while. I needed an extraction. Oh no, an extraction for what? Something's happening. Hope you're feeling a little bit better. Extraction. Oh, distraction, extraction. Oh, I was just wondering if something was going on. Did I say something? Oh no, it's rated different. Okay. Yeah, today's just been pretty just boring. I should have tried to find something to watch. I should have watched that Method Man movie. I might watch it if I'm not tired once I get off of air. Oh, she isn't getting sleep. Oh no. I know how that feels. Alright, I want to watch the Method Man movie. Yeah, I love the rom-com. Like I said, I'm not into the rom-coms, but I'm into Method Man, so I think it will be worth the watch. I'm trying to think of. Alright, okay, okay, but why is my mind really like jumbled today? I was trying to think of something because I remembered I was in the subject of a reel I watched, and now I'm like scrambling to think what it was. I should have wrote it down. There was another movie I thought you would like. Hang on, let me double check. Okay. What was it? Oh, I think I remember. Sorry, what did you say? I googled something real quick. Oh, I stopped saying it when you said hold on a second, but I was saying a subject I wanted to talk about, which I thought was interesting. I made Dakota a macaroni salad, did laundry for my son, and cleaned. Oh, that's real nice to do all that. Well, macaroni salad, that sounds good. But there was so I was watching a reel. I forgot this. There was this motivational speaker. Of course, I'm not going to remember the name. But there was somebody that stood up in his audience, and she was saying how she had, um, like nobody ever loved her or whatever. And he was like, "Oh, come on, somebody had to love you." And then she was like, "Her mom." And he's like, "Oh, I know somebody loved you other than that." And so she was like, "Our friend." Um, her, um, something about a friend. And then he goes, "Well, where's your friend now?" And she basically said, "They don't talk because after so many birthdays, she finally said on one birthday, if you don't show up, I'm not going to talk to you again. Like, you should be showing up for my birthday. You're supposed to be my best friend." And every other year she invited him before, he wouldn't show up. So one year she said, if you don't show up, we're not friends anymore. I'm not going to talk to you anymore. And so the friend didn't show up, so they stopped talking. Why did this guy say, that, like with his wife, he said what he got with his wife, when he was yelling, his wife said, "Oh, like before they were married or whatever, oh, if you yell, we can't be together." And he was like, um, because she was sensitive to yelling, how's it bad for him to yell because he's used to yelling? I was like, what, bitch? And then he even said to the girl, he was like, "Well, if you're saying to your friend, I'm not going to talk to to you anymore if you do this, you're giving them an ultimatum that you shouldn't be giving them." I was like, why are you giving? What are people really clapping to this stupid shit? If that person was her friend, they would have been there on their birthday parties. So I gotta understand not making every birthday party, but not coming to any birthday parties. And then for the one that say, well, if you're not gonna make it, it's over. They're not friends anymore. What do you guys think about that? Do you guys think, one, if a person yells when you don't want them to, like you're saying you're sensitive to yells and stuff, should the person be offended that you told them to stop yelling? Number one, and number two, was that chick right for saying, "Hey, you're not going to show up for this birthday. We can't be friends anymore"? It's like I think that just saying basically putting ultimatums will end it anyway. It's like the friend wasn't really a friend in the first place. I think. You're so sweet, Diane. Did you get anything? Oh, you anything for Valentine's Day? No, I just did for Dakota on his birthday. Why do you have to yell in the first place? Exactly. Use your words. I think he's a jerk. All that fault on the man for me. Yeah, exactly. And the friend should have showed up. How are you telling somebody? So she's supposed to sit with there with the friend, not doing anything, not showing up for her, and she's just supposed to take that shit. I gave my two granddaughters a little bag with candy and a bunny. More important more important than I am. I'm mad because the baby got like an early birthday present that I bought him for Valentine's Day, and it's like a little guitar that you play. It has a little piano session. Anyway, there's a huge thing where light shows, right? Like when you're playing it or music's playing on it, and it has strobe lights and it's bright. And I'm like, why would they do that? One, for a kid's toy, because you don't know if you guys don't know, strobe lights are very sensitive. If they're prone to having seizures, they could cause a seizure. So it's this really, really bright strobing light, and I'm like, this gotta be returned. We can't let him play with this toy. First of all, he can't play with it around me, and he's too young. So my daughter's like, yeah, whatever, mom, you're tripping. You're always been sensitive to those things or whatever. Then she does it, and she sees him looking right at it. with his eyes just boinged open, and I'm like, yeah, this needs to go, and I'm definitely gonna be doing a review on that one because how are they gonna have kids' toys with strobing lights that are bright as fuck? What is wrong with the world? Shit. Yeah, I wouldn't risk that either. Strobe lights could trigger seizures. Exactly. And it's so bright. I can't believe how bright it is. So I really hope she returns that so I can write. Even if she doesn't return it, I'm writing that damn review. Like, don't get this for your kids. It has freaking like you're in a club strobe light light up the whole damn room. It's really like they put a strobe light in a toy and call it a day. That's how bright it is. I'm about to go on and see what the thing is. I'm sure it says lights, but it doesn't say blinding ass lights that will. I'm about to go and see. Let's see. It shouldn't be for 1 year olds and stuff like that. Educational learning, piano, guitar, adorable, blah blah blah. And you know what else it has on there? It does say the flashing lights and realistic sounds simulate auditory and visual development, which would be good if it wasn't so damn bright. You know, with vibrant lights, catchy music. And you know what else they have on there? You know that song, the one little too little. I don't know if you guys ever heard it before, but I'm sure that's not a song that's. And I was sitting there, I'm like, oh, I remember this song. I was like, one little, too little. Then I was like, what is the words? Then I was like, uh oh, those aren't the words we need to be saying because I remembered it. And my dad was like, those aren't the words. I said, those are the words. I remember them now. So that toy gotta go. Oh my gosh, you remembered? Yeah, they blocked that. But yeah, they definitely overstimulate. He's already overstimulated, so um, hopefully she returns that so I could get him something else. Cause I think that was like $20. You get even like my the other toys he has had lights on it. So when you think about blinking lights and stuff, it's not anywhere as strong as these are. These you can really take to a club, and the one thing you need to take to the club, people will see it. No, it's next month, Sweetums, but she just gave him like a Valentine's gift. That was one of the birthday gifts that I bought him. Like I said, hopefully she returns it. I still can't believe he's gonna be a year. My niece and nephew loved the Melissa and Doug wooden toys when they were little. Wooden toys. He needs some wooden toys. I don't know. Does he have wooden blocks? He has so many toys. But the more musical ones he could see, when he's fussy, he'll play on them more and everything. So, thank you. Yeah, he's been crabby for almost a week now because of his teeth. And he only wants his mom. So when I watch him, he always screams his head off almost. He does good for the first part of me watching him. But then after about 30 minutes, he's pretty much done. He wants to go run around the house and stuff like that. And I'm not used to such a crabby baby. He is so mean. Like I'll try to hold his hand. He'll just smack his hand away. I'm like, boy. I guess girls really are way softer at the beginning. Because this is a lot. He's a lot. So hopefully he balances out a little bit. I still gotta figure out a way for him to learn the ABCs and 1, 2, 3 if he doesn't watch Sesame Street. My nephew was like so active. My sister put him in sports. Oh yeah, that's what I said. As soon as they could put him in something, as soon as he's old enough to be put in something, he's definitely gonna have to have an activity because he's super hype all day long and night. And I don't have the range of like he's in my room with me, so he only has my room. When he's out there, he could be running between the kitchen, the living room, the dining room. He'll have way more space. So when he's with me, he's like, "What is this? I'm, like, what is this? I'm in a room. That's not what I want to be in." So it's hard for me to keep him entertained. But yeah, he needs to go try some. I don't know what's like the earliest thing you can put a kid in, but we gotta figure it out. Oh, that's my niece. If she wanted to come outside and play with us, and she's an indoor person and said, "But I might sweat." Oh wow! Oh my goodness! But I might sweat. uh, they couldn't be more different. Yeah. I know even at a young age, my daughter was definitely like a tomboyish, try to beat up all the kids type of toddler. So I'm sure he's gonna be like that even more. But that's pretty much how my days have been going. I've been freaking just sitting with the baby and not doing very much after that. Trying to distract myself, but oh wow, I wish I was that like that. What? Try beating up all the kids? I still didn't check my oxygen level. I felt like today wasn't as taxing. Like I feel like now I just didn't get enough sleep. But as far as feeling weak and stuff, I'm not too weak today. So um, I think it might be averaging out to the 94. I'm mad we couldn't get the jewelry done by Valentine's Day, but too much stuff has been happening behind the scenes of family life and stuff that was going on. So hopefully we get back on track on trying to figure out how we're gonna do this whole thing. Yeah, it's a little comforting knowing that you felt a tiny bit better today. Yeah, I hate when I get like that. It gets me so disoriented, and it's just so hard to explain what it feels like and everything. I also think I needed some uh, red meat in my system because all we were eating was chicken. And was yesterday chicken too? No, yesterday wasn't chicken. It was the steak sandwich, and then today it was a hamburger. So I think that helps too. When you're getting ready and your jewelry drops, I'm definitely getting some. Oh, thank you. No, I'm not anemic, but I've when it's just chicken, 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 it doesn't feel great. I don't know. That's why I usually try to get red meat in like twice a week or something like that. But my daughter's definitely, likes chicken more than anything. And plus, red meat is expensive as hell now. Shoot, chicken is expensive as hell now, but red meat especially so expensive. And then when you're ordering through Instacart, they don't really give you the best cuts of stuff or much of a selection, so that's kind of hard too. Yeah, the price of beef makes my eyes water. That is horrible. I still don't understand how it could like legally be like this. How do you make it where it's so impossible for so many people to afford food? I don't know. Trying to think of what other reels I saw today that made me mad. I don't know. I think this can be a short. Oh, I saw Deliverance. That was that was like a funny thing to me how they made that. Yeah, house hunting, and I uh I followed the house haunting before it was in. Wait, let me just make sure before I speak on it. I think I know what the story is before it was made into that. Deliverance. So I could talk about it. I want to make sure I know about it first. I think this is the one where Zach Bagans. Isn't it the house he bought and he ended up tearing down? Uh, I believe so. Yeah, it is. Okay. So so it wasn't good. No, not no. I don't think so. I think it was like a joke. The movie. I'm so curious, but also scared. I don't think there was anything scary in it. The original movie, the original house. There were actually case files because there was a lot of at first when the kids started getting hurt and stuff. Like people call child protective, like what's going on with these kids. And even they said even in the child protect reporters and doctors notes where they literally saw the kid, like they took him to the doctor to get looked at, and they said they saw him crawl up the wall like something that wasn't, you know, something a human couldn't do. So the claims are supposed to be legit, but like I said, you never know. And then Zach Bagans bought it. I think he thought to like he has a museum and stuff. I'm sure he wanted to make this a house to people go through and tour. But he bought it and tore it down. So that's how much he wasn't about to fuck with it. Is that the one where the pediatrician? Yeah, saw the kid fly up the wall. Yeah, so those are supposed to be in notes somewhere that child protective worker saw it and the pediatrician saw the kid walk up the wall. My sister told me about that, and it gives me the creep. Yeah, look, yeah. Like I said, I would love to see. I would love to know if it's not just word of mouth saying that, but that's what it's supposed to be. I wonder if you built something overland that the land, if the land would just haunt the yeah, it would haunt the. There's no way it wouldn't. Land is land, regardless of what you build on top of it. That's going to be the thing that's going to get you more than anything. Because I know there's been, I was even like my brother had a house built up, right? And when I was in it, I was like, there's things in this house. Like you could, like I'm alone during the day. I could hear footsteps. I could hear this and that. And he kept on saying, but it's a new build. I was like, that doesn't mean shit. Shit's still there. Because then they say it's like a portal to hell. He always says everything's a portal to but he just probably got too scared of the house. It probably felt more scary to him, obviously, because he would have made more money having people tour the house than tearing it down. So something had to have obviously really scared him. Because look at all the things he has in the Haunted Museum. Those are some intense things, and he still has that going on. Do you think that Zach guy is haunted? No. With all the things he does. That's the thing. There are some people that could go everywhere, that could do everything, and things aren't going to be as attached to them. I think that's why he could do it. I think if he was haunted, he would understand the disjustice he's having with that museum and stuff, and having people go through and like so many people are getting probably getting messed up going through those museums and touching certain things and stuff like that. I just don't think he would run it in that type of way if he really was haunted. Because you try to be as cautious as you can when you're haunted. You're not just like, oh, let me go do anything and everything that might cause something to happen. So, that's just my opinion. I wonder when the turnover is for the employees of that museum. I don't know. Did I get enough dang water out? No, I didn't. Yeah, but to have so much stuff from one place, and it's just like I'm glad I wouldn't just hop in a place like that and just leave it up to the people that own it to make sure nothing happens. I think he wants something to happen when people go through there. I wonder what he saw in the Indian house that made him demolish it. I know. And why hasn't he talked about it? It was just like there was a whole I think it was Netflix, was it? Whatever. They did a whole thing about that, and he really didn't say. He didn't really describe it. Just like there's some evil things in the house. It's like, well, yeah, what was it? What was the exact experience that made you do this? But it wasn't like that. He was just basically, maybe he said it was a portal to hell and all that stuff, but it's like, what made you think it was a portal to hell? I had so many questions that didn't get answered when he was talking about it. Yes, I believe in cryptids 100%. Like I said, I've seen people with mental illness turn into a lot of things you wouldn't be able to explain. Not like morph into something like a creature or something, but I've seen features change. I've seen a lot of stuff change where you wouldn't believe it. So, do I think that cryptids could be a thing? Yes, for sure. I would never want to be, yeah, no, in desert land and all. No. You got to think there are things that survive those things that are pretty scary. Like survive and live out in that, that type of land and stuff. What about you? Do you believe in them? I think the Catholic Church does fewer exorcisms now because a lot of the people actually had mental illnesses and were misjudged. Yeah. But the thing is, the people that have, the serious mental illnesses are the ones that usually get possessed, though. It's not just, um, I know the difference, I guess. I know the difference between if I see somebody that's just fucking, just totally mental than they're possessed. There's a difference to them. I don't know. But either way, they're scary. Wouldn't want to be around either of it. Why though? Because they don't have full control of their facility. They're like your mind is weaker, so something's gonna jump a mind that's weaker. Like I said, even in depression, even in anxiety, you're vulnerable to those things. They love to gravitate towards that because that's gonna fuel them up because it's darkness. Regardless of its darkness, it's a darkness that they like. Even though it's a different darkness, it's still a darkness. So they're like, yay, let me get into this person. It'll be so much fun. Instead of a person that's, um, doesn't have to fight demons like that. Their own demons. I told my big sister that if she ever got possessed, I wouldn't even try to save her. I'm just running out the door. Oh my goodness. Shoot. I had to smack my older sister a few times because I couldn't get through to her. Oof. Those were some scary moments and some sad moments, but at least a little smack snapped her out of it. Yeah. Dang, where'd everybody go today? They done get tired out by their Valentine's Day. I could read horrors, but I cannot do the exorcism stuff. Yeah, I try to keep away from those at the most because, like I said, the prayers and everything that it's real, and I don't want to play with those things. Um, I don't know. I Speaking of that, I haven't been able to contact her all day for a lot. So I'm like, what's going on? So if you're watching this, don't be trying to diss me, ignore me. No, I don't know what's happening. This is the first time in a long time, so I don't know. I hope, like I said, I really hope you're okay. If you're hearing this back, and don't take too long, so I won't worry about you if you're not. If you just need space from people, I understand that, but don't have me worried, lady. That's all I gotta say. I read this book called The September House, and they were using real prayers in it. Yeah, that's why I said I don't think. I know she needs social media breaks from time to time, but she's so much fun. Yeah, that's why I was trying to tell her. I'm like, there's people that love you on here. There's too many people that take that need a break right now, I guess. But that's why it's like if they're using the prayers right, then when they're doing the spells or the enchantments or the other things, those could be real ones too, you know? So I'm not about to look up and see if they're real because they're bad, but what if they are taking the same words like they do the good stuff? Yeah, I hope Jesse's doing better too. That's why I try not to give up on staying on live because I'm trying to see if somebody hops in. But it's hard. I'm glad I got you, sweetums. Um, but yeah, you never know if they're using the bad stuff in there. We got so much stuff right in front of our face anyway with you know the music industry, all that stuff's right in front of our eyes. So we don't need them doing it in the movies and then us listening to the movie and then it happening just because we listened to the movie. You always have me, Eminem. I have all the alarms on my phone so I don't just miss your lives. Yeah. But that's what I thought about certain people too, and they still left me. And they even said, "Oh, I would never leave you," and they left me. And I don't understand why. Because I was like I said, um, anything I think could be discussed. I don't think anything has happened this whole time I've been doing my lives with anybody that came in here that you couldn't talk out. That's why I'll say talk it out. People that just don't talk and get offended or get hurt over something that might not even was meant to, had to happen. Like talk it out. Like what the hell? The book was really fun though. The Hey Desi, I'm about to put this on mute to reach for my water. All right, I'm back. Yeah, but things could be worked out, I think. So it is weird when people stop coming in because, like, where was the conflict? Where was it? You know? How was your Valentine's Day, Desi? I spilled water. Great. I don't know. The only person that, like you said, is I get you guys and I get Larry here and there. It's good. We just got home from being out with the kids. Now everyone is asleep, so we got some me time. Oh, that's how I feel too. Even though I just know the house is mainly sleep properly. We just have to talk about Mayo and pervy stuff, and Larry will come in 5 minutes later. When did everybody quit coming in? Well, like I said, a few were when we started talking about the the purple. I'm not gonna say the whole thing, but that thing. And then the next was when I had to take everybody off mod because I didn't know, there was weird things going on my channel. So I tried to explain that in a way where I'm like, I'm not, like I'm just doing this because there's been problems. But yeah, I would hope that people would still come in, but obviously that bothered some people and they stopped coming in. But I don't think. I don't think everybody understands how this works unless you're doing everything, unless you're having a channel, unless you're modding, unless you're like doing all this stuff that I don't think feelings would be so hurt if you understand how things roll to keep them rolling, that you're not trying to be an asshole to anybody. You're just trying to keep a channel going and not have no funny stuff happen. Cookie Class was fun. Kids got on the sugar high. Disney on the ice was fun too. But they don't really change. It's the same thing, yeah, as the time before. Oh, that sucks that people need a title to be. Well, yeah, that's kind of sucks on my part too. Like, wow, like what the heck? I didn't feel any different about anybody. It was just that I had to watch out you know, for a minute on my page because stuff was happening, and it kept happening, and it stopped happening once I took everybody off. So, something was up. But through the whole process of that, I was saying to everybody, don't get offended, like, but at least I guess I can't help how people feel. I'm the opposite. I like having the mod shield so I could cuss out some jerks. Yeah, that's what I mean. If they're not mods, they don't come in. That's not right. Yeah. Williams it was. I'm pooped now. Sweet, you be telling people off without that mod on here. So yeah, that's when things just started slowing down, and now it's like, um, I have to build from somewhere where it's like I said, making a new channel. I don't even know. I don't really know how to start that, like what to put up or anything like that. I don't know how different I really need to be. But and it was only like a small momentum, and like I said, I still see with my numbers, it's still going up. But for me, I like seeing like it right in front of my face, like I'm talking to more people, stuff like that. I guess more people are watching afterwards to keep the views going up and stuff, and the analytics going up, which is good. But I like interaction. I feel like I had a little small community, that was mine. But uh, I like to enjoy lives without the pressure of modding. I love modding for the right people, though. Yeah, that's what I mean. When you're a mod, you can cuss them out, cut them because because of the power imbalance. But when the shield isn't there, it's fun to get my hands dirty. Oh, okay, I see what you mean. Yeah. It's like I mean, I try not to get close to people, but I do get close to certain people. It's not going to stop my life or anything, not them not talking to me anymore and stuff like that. Uh, it's not that deep, but it does go a little bit below the surface when, you know, you lose somebody that was, like almost your ride or die or person. It's the salty side. Yeah. I've been looking at makeup videos and I'm like, what are these people? There's some people that you could see the blend and stuff. I wonder if it's because they're using a camera and not a phone. But even when I used to use my cameras that I had back in the day, it still didn't pick up. I really think you have to be straight blinded with light, which I can't do. There's no way my eyes will be able to take that. That might be what I'm missing, like more lights and stuff like that. That makes it happen. Yeah, things seem a little quiet, but that's okay. We'll find more of your tribe. Yeah, we gotta start all over again. It sucks. I'm over getting close to the wrong people. You always end up finding out how dirty they truly are, and that's why I cut down who I watch and support now. Yeah. Um. Well, that's what I said. That's why I always try to leave everything open on my end for people. Like if they got something to say to me about something, or if I have to say something to them about something, I always say, "Hey, we could do it here, or we could do it behind the scenes, whatever. Just don't. It doesn't. Nobody needs to hold grudges and all that other stuff. Just talk about it. I mean, we're grown. Like shit. I'm 50 years old. I don't have time to play games and stuff like that. Did you ever? I know I should have reminded you last night when we were getting off, which I'll forget this tonight. Did you ever email Winter Moon again, Sweetums, to see if she was doing better at all? Yeah, for me it's not grudges, it's morals and values. But yes, I get what you're saying. I feel it too. Yeah. Hey, Moss. Happy Valentine's Day. Even though it's over for us over here. What was the movie, Moss? I'll try to remind you, Sweetums, but you know how mine goes, especially when I get off here because it's such a scramble. I know I tried to write her like in a comment back. I just responded to a comment. Like I hope she's doing well, but she didn't say anything back. Okay, Sweetums, thanks. Oh, not a James Bond movie. What? I can't stand the James Bond movies. We're trying to go through old classics last week and was Gone with the Wind. Oh, dang, Gone with the Wind. That's really old. I know I watched it when I was little, but I just don't remember Gone with the Wind. I should watch it if it's on something. But I don't know why I never got into like the Bond movies. I never really liked them. Have you guys ever seen Bringing Up Baby? Bringing Up Baby. Let me Google that. Oh, you guys, we gotta get on Sweetums. She didn't buy her Fenty today. Tell that girl she needs to buy her Fenty. lip product. I'm gonna get on you, sweetums. uh, bringing up baby. I don't think I ever saw that either. 1938. Wow. Oh, Catherine Hepburn too. Um, we were gonna watch the new Medea movie, but blah, and pooped out and didn't want to be sitting. We grew up with Roger Moore as Jane Bond, and I loved Jane Seymour, so we rewatched Live and Let Die. Oh, and you look good with the one too. Did you at least get the sushi sweeps? Oh, I forgot sushi was supposed to be involved. I've never seen any of the Medea movies. The Medea movies for me, I just feel like they're too much of the same thing over and over again. Oh, you got the sushi, but you just missed out on the part that would have been nice to my heart, sweetums. It's not. That's I got the sushi and went running. Fell short on the lipstick purchase. Okay. Me neither. Medea is Tyler Perry. Yeah. You have a mess on Jimmy Stewart. Oh my goodness, sweetums. Some of the Medea movies are good, but some are kind of dumb. Yeah. No, it's not a good alternative. She was supposed to run too. That was supposed to be part of it. It was supposed to be run, sushi, lipstick. You got kicked out again, Diane? Does that happen to anybody else when you're on anybody else's channel, Diane? You getting kicked out? Yes, the first two were funny, the rest not so much. Roger Moore is one of the better looking Bond men. I don't trust your taste in men. Not from what you're telling me so far. We definitely have way different tastes. I'll get it tomorrow, okay. Wait, I'm trying. Let me go to where Jimmy Stewart, because I think I know what he looks like, but I'm just going to Google for the heck of it. Oh my goodness. That is so no for me. Moss agrees that Jimmy Stewart is fine. I get kicked out, so I went to Jeremy's channel for a few minutes until I figured out how to get back. Oh, okay. Mouse has your back. Oops, she said he fine. If it doesn't come back to my, he's fine. Um. Yes, I see. They show different versions of him. He's not fine under my um. Let's see what Desi says. She's probably looking hard at it. He just looks like any basic person back in that time. I don't know. How is it he looked that? How is it that he looked old his whole? See, that's what I was trying to say. Cause she's talking about the young him. I'm like, he looked old the whole time. That's what I was about to say. I'm like, what is wrong? And young. Oh, don't start with your Dick Van Dyke. Oh my gosh. In the Dick Van Dyke Show. Oh my goodness. I cannot believe that. Dick Van Dyke. He always portrayed such a good guy. I love the old timey, dapper, very kind men thing. Yeah, if they are, just because they look that way doesn't mean they really were. Mr. Smith goes to Hollywood. He was young looking. No, don't take it back. Desi, do not be on my side because these are not good looking people. He's so. Oh my gosh. Oh no. Did I ever look up a young Dick Van Dyke? Because I don't. I still don't think. Now Dick Van Dyke does look like a very whatever type person, but he also ended up. What did he do? Marrying a young chick when he's old as a fart? No, never did he look attractive. And men that go to young women, I don't know. I don't know about that. He was though. He flew in the Air Force in World War II, and he never acted above anybody else. He's not my type, but he's yeah. We'll support it being you guys' type. That's about it. But yeah, I would be shocked if Dick Van Dyke like is somewhat out of the character he looks like. So, so you guys would get with him as old as he was if he didn't have his young wife? Would you guys get with him this age? I like the 1940 side part nerdy thing they have. Yeah, if he was humble, the one brownie points with me. He looks like he was. I don't, but no. But I'm saying, so you know he likes the women young. So would you get with him if he didn't have his wife? I'm gonna say, take him. Like, how old is his wife? Maybe she's not. Oh, I think she's young. So, so she's 54. So almost half his age, because he's 99, right? No, wait. Oh, yeah, he is 99. Dang, he's 99. So literally half his age. Yeah, 99 years old. Wow. I hope you wouldn't want to get with them. Well, I'm sure the lady just got with him because of his moolah. Like in the old black and white Dick Van Dyke show where he was named. Yeah, I remember. I used to watch that. The Dick Van Dyke, Mary Tyler Moore, all that stuff. That was the only things that were on TV for us to watch when we were little. I'm surprised you guys watched it because well, you Sweems are a little bit younger. Not by much, but surprised that you were watching shows like that. But that's all we had to watch. We didn't have no choice in the matter. Oh, some messages have been held. Oh my goodness. All right, let me see. I just started reading Dick. Yeah, it says Dick Can Dykes instead of Van Dyke's biography. That's probably why they held it. Uh, I said young Dick Van Dyke, not ancient decrepit Dick Van Dyke. And I think there was one more. Y'all don't be yucking my yams. Don't be yucking my yams. We didn't yuck your yams. We said, okay, we understand. And they'll hold a single time we say, oh, say, because there's, oh, no, 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 no. Don't do it. Yes. Wait, who hot, right? Now I gotta go back. Who's Desi saying somebody's hot? From Mary Poppins, yeah. Wait, the Mary Poppins man's? Yeah, oh no, not Desi's gonna hop on it. Oh, okay, I love that movie when I was little, yeah. I think everybody did. Also the dad from The Sound of the Music. Who was it? He was? Dick, not Dick Van Dyke. Cherry would love this conversation because she loves, what's it called? The chimney, whatever, chimney song and all that stuff. Oh, Christopher Plummer. Yeah. Back in those days, they didn't have people that I would like on TV. They really didn't have, So it is unfortunate that we couldn't have crutches on things because there was a limitation of what was shown. You're out here crushing on Bella Lugosi, and it's not Bella Lugosi's looks per se. It's the role he played. So you have the Dapper Man too. Wasn't he Dracula? Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Is that role? And I think the dapper aspect of it, I get. I feel like um one of the people that I was with at the time, I felt like there was so much dapperness to them, but I was fooled. It was completely fooled. It was a whole act on like I said, one of probably the worst people I ever met. I think it was the dapperness that attracted me to him. But like I said, the fake dapperness. They just made them so gentlemanly, you think, and sweet before until you hear the real life story of whatever. So it's really hard to know how people really are. Men just used to dress. Yeah, that's true. They did used to dress so much better. And he was dapper on the outside, and the devil on the inside. Hell yeah, the freaking devil. When men were real gentlemen, yeah. I just always that's why I said I don't like knowing too much of somebody's the like people you like on in Hollywood's personal story because it always makes you stop liking them. You can read up on Jimmy Stewart. He was a sweetheart his whole life. You never know. But like I said, I always think about Ed and Lorraine Warren, even though there was no attraction to either of them. But I was really on that, especially when you're in the hunting communities and you're thinking about them, and then just to know they had a whole young woman, in a house having a baby and stuff like that because he wanted her around. And everybody just thought he was like the nicest guy in the world. He's always portrayed in movies that way. But in real life, he legit had a young chick on the side that had to be trapped in a room, basically. You know, disgusting. So, men, you never know. And then Lorraine's just basically letting it happen. And, she's not, for her to have a room for the person to live with him and stuff, she just agreed to it. Like, no. Especially with these Epstein and Diddy files, I'll never ever like another celebrity true. Adam who? Adam? Ed and Lorraine Warren? Is that what you thought was Adam? Oh, I know, especially today my words are a little bit jumbled. I've never even been able to get through A Wonderful Life. It's a Wonderful Life. Never ever. Eminem who? Adam? No, Ed. Ed Warren and Lorraine Warren. The the couple that did so many cases and everything throughout the years, and what a lot of movies are based on, and in the movies they're showing what a sweet couple they are, and they legit had a person that was basically held captive in their house and had a baby by him and everything, and they just act like, oh, they were just the sweetest little thing, but yet this she started out a teenager, right? And they kept her there until he died, I think. So she was in the house past womanhood and everything, but she started out a teenager, and nobody knew about it. Uh, yeah, the Warrens. Yep, that's sick. So I'm like, that was such a disappointment. I'm like, oh, all the things I looked up to, then just to hear that. I read up on them. They're dirty birds in real life. So that's why I said, you never know. And I got tricked by the person that presented themselves in a way where you wouldn't think they were a dirty bitch, filthy dog, and they were the dirtiest. And he definitely doesn't look like Patrick Wilson. No, that's why I said it's not on looks or nothing. I wasn't looking at him like, ooh, how you doing? Hell no. I'm just saying the perception of what was painted of them that will go on, because of course this keeping a young girl captive and all this stuff will be swept under the rug, just like it has been. And they'll go down in history as like the cutest, paranormal couple, old ass people. I mean, the guy who does Elmo has a PDF file history. Oh wait, oh shit, the people just swept under the rug. Look at the files that they're talking about now that they're so-called putting out there. Why did it wait so long? Then that's not everybody's name that they're listing on there. It would have been out right away. Oh, I have one of those and been friends with some of those. People can be so deceiving, yeah. Hey, all happy Valentine's Day. Love. Hey, Renita, welcome in. Uh, but yeah, you never know with people. You never know. And like I said, for me to get tricked that hardcore, that was for me where I'm like, well, if I couldn't trust anything of myself at that time to say, no, don't get tricked into that and sucked into that and stuff like that. After that, that was, like I said, that was my third strike at love. I was like, I'm done. and I was done. It didn't take much work to be, it didn't take much hard work to be done. People are sick. Ouch. And could some people that went to the person's island, they might have been invited there thinking it was just a celebrity thing, I'm sure. But I think most of them got on that island because they knew what was going on. Sweetums, I knew how these people were, but I was ignorant my intuition and went in anyway. Yeah. Thankfully, I haven't been betrayed to any terrible degree by anyone in life. Yeah, that's good. I cannot say the same. No way they knew. They all knew. Good night, sweetums. I'm going to try to get some sleep. I hope anyway. Good night, Diane. I hope you get some sleep. Thank you for coming in. Yeah, I wish I could say the same. For sure. Every single one of mine have been very conniving, very much it's your fault like it's my fault type of thing, and I'm like, yeah. Oh, you didn't see her through this conversation, Desi? And you have you're up there, you have the what's it called, all chat, live chat, whatever it's called. All messages. I mean, I see her when you tap all messages. I think that was she didn't say anything pretty much during the thing besides bye. She's probably exhausted from not getting any sleep. And why was that hidden? Like, come on. All she said was I saw her that she came in, but not after that. What in there needs to be hidden? Oh my gosh, came. Really? They really think we're just talking about it all the time, I guess. Not everything is sexual. YouTube for crying out loud. Yeah, that sucks. We haven't been that way in a while now. We've been good. So leave me alone, YouTube. We haven't talked about anything like that. The only thing we talked about was Chipple itching, which has gone, thank goodness for now. YouTube would be the most annoying hall monitor. Did anybody here used to be a hall monitor? Oh my goodness. They would try to get me to be hall monitors just because I was quiet, mute quiet. Everybody tried to get me to be a teacher's pet and hall monitor. I was like, hell no to the hall monitor thing. YouTube is such a Yay, thank goodness for chipper relief. Yes, really. Those hall monitors were so proud. You would have just kicked their ass. And what are you doing here? Do you have a hall pass? It's like, get the fuck out of my face before you. No, I would never threaten them. But dang, they were too happy to do their jobs. I'm sure some people really got beat up as a hall monitor. Oh, you guys didn't have hall monitors in your school? In high school? Yeah, you probably didn't have them in your time because too many of them got beat up in my time. I got chosen as hall monitor, so I got myself suspended for fighting, and they never chose me for anything again. Yeah, that was smart. That was in the elementary, though. The teacher put me in charge of the class once, and it was mayhem by the time she got back because I didn't like saying no to anyone. Yeah. Oh, that used to be horrible when they used to do that to the students, leave them in like that's gonna make any difference at all. I don't remember hall monitors in school either. Really? Oh, we have very different reasons. Yeah. Yeah, I hope they don't do that these days, leave a student in charge of a class. I hope they're smarter than that. The most I ever got was teacher's pet, and like I said, that was just because I was quiet. I wasn't. It wasn't like I was a good student, educational wise or whatever. It was just because I was quiet, and that was just labor. That was just stapling papers together and all that. But I always liked it though, even though that's what I was doing. I was working for the teacher, didn't get paid for it, but I always liked staples and putting the papers together and all that. I'm so good at being teacher's pet. And then people be like, hey, teacher's pet. It's like, do you want to be a pair stapling papers? No? Well, then shut the hell up. Yeah, I used to like to be organized and get them all lined up in a row so I could do it and get the staple going. That's like a hidden talent, yeah. But I'm sure some people wanted to like that position. All right, you guys, I'm going to hop off here a little bit early tonight and just do my little snack thing early. I'll probably be hopping in Jeremy's live if he's still live by the time I get myself settled. When I went to pastry school, the chef asked for my notes so she could teach the class from them. Hell no, sweetums. What the heck? That's bullshit. That's bullshit. That's not the teacher's prep. That's bullshit. Bullshit. You need to get paid for that. Um, we didn't have hall monitors outside of elementary, and there was only one teacher who did teacher's pet in junior high. It came out she was also sleeping with, oh no, one of her pets. What the heck? Wow, Desi. I think that was Desi because that was blocked. Yeah, Desi. Dang. Good night. All right, you guys. Good night. Thank you for coming in and making this live something. I know it's slow moving. I hope we'll get more people, but I appreciate the people that do come in and chat and say hi and everything and keep, like I said, keep it going. So let me see what this whole thing is. She slept with a pet. Oh, the tea. That's tea. All right, remember, sweetums. Try to email Winter Moon and get your lipstick. Dang it, that lipstick. All right, you guys have a good night. See you next time.